episode 17? I think.
I actually don't know this time.
I think it's 17. Could be wrong. I don't know.
So, Trailer Park.
Yes, Comic-Con happened this weekend. So we're talking about all the trailers that dropped. Speculating, predicting, throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Which basically is a perfect segue into our first trailer, Justice League.
Yay!
Throwing shit at shit.
Throwing shit at shit.
Now, I mean,
Double shit.
I don't want to say I'm a Marvel fanboy because I appreciate DC a lot. I love Green Lantern. I love the Justice League. I watched a lot of the Justice League animated series when I was a kid, Justice League Unlimited, and even the original Justice League, you know, with like the Hall of Doom. That shit was awesome, you know? But not a fan of the DCU at all.
DCU.
Whatever it is.
Because I don't know. That's another thing I don't get either about DC is everything's separated.
Yeah.
Like,
so
I don't know, whatever they're going by, DCU, DCEU.
Justice
the
League
DC
trailer.
DC movies since Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Is what we're talking about.
Justice League trailer.
First of all, why 4 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a showing.
Yeah.
That's a short film.
Exactly. Like, especially because a lot of the times, trailers that actually are that long end up showing the entire plot of the actual movie itself, which really bothers me. Now, I can't confirm that yet.
Yeah, it
but,
kind of looked like it, though.
It kind of did look like it.
It also looked pretty CGI-y.
Yeah. It looked very heavily CGI'd. And we'll kind of get into that, and well, one of my thoughts about that in a second, in comparison with Thor Ragnarok, which obviously everything is CGI'd, but it looked good.
But it looked real. Yeah, I'd rather have a CGI planet because it's up to the imagination versus a CGI basically New York City, because that's what Gotham is, basically.
Yeah.
Or wherever Justice League is. Probably Gotham or Metropolis.
Well, I mean,
I don't know where else they would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just in, like,
I mean, Commissioner Gordon was there, so it had to be Gotham, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
He doesn't go to Metropolis.
That's true.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'd rather...
Anyway.
When you CGI a known city or what you're supposed to know as a city that badly,
yeah,
it's kind of like... Get Christopher Nolan on it.
So, no matter how good or bad Justice League's trailer was, I don't fucking trust it. I don't trust it at all. Suicide Squad ruined this for me, like trailers for me, for DC. Suicide Squad had one of the best trailers I've ever seen, and it got me so hyped.
The first trailer.
Bohemian
Rhapsody trailer.
Right, yes. The Bohemian Rhapsody trailer. Marketing team, give yourselves a pat on the back. That was one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my entire life, and it got everyone so hyped for Suicide Squad. I was literally going around telling people this is the movie that's going to change the DCU for me. And I'm actually going to finally be on board and actually like everything. And I thought that was also going to be Wonder Woman, but if you listen to the last episode,
Wonder Woman was...
Tim and I were not big Wonder Woman fans, and we're honestly not being sexist at all.
I wasn't a big Man of Steel or Batman vs Superman.
Neither was I. Or Suicide Squad.
Honestly, the only thing I liked Suicide Squad was Harley Quinn.
Tim and I are very progressive people, honestly. It's 2017.
As John Mulaney says, we listen to David Bowie and don't understand taxes.
Yeah. So...
It's one of my favorite quotes from him.
It's not a sexism thing or whatever, but we really did not like Wonder Woman as a whole.
I didn't like a lot. It wasn't just like I didn't like a female lead. I didn't like the movie.
Gal Gadot, that's her name, right? Gal Gadot. She did a great job acting and all that stuff, and I think she plays an amazing Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And if anyone can answer, I might be able to find an answer on Reddit. You can find anything on Reddit. I don't know if that's her natural accent.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know she is from the Middle East.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know if that's how she talks or if she put that on for Wonder Woman. I don't care either way because it worked fine. It wasn't distracting or anything. I've never heard her actually talk.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that movie bothered us.
Yeah, I liked in Batman vs Superman the posters. I liked her poster the best before the movie came out and they were releasing. I was like, it's sexy, but like
not too sexy.
Not boobs,
right.
Like, but also like
it's a good contemporary, like modernistic version of her old armor.
Like like it looked like woman. She looked like with Ben Affleck. I was like, you're a little bulky.
Your like bat suit has nipples on it.
Well, that was George Clooney.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
obviously, but it looked really bulky
Affleck,
and everything
like
that.
I was like, you look a little big. You don't really look like Bruce Wayne to me. I feel like Bruce Wayne is a lot more like, I don't know.
You always think of like a form-fitting costume to Batman, but like
almost when he's Bruce Wayne, kind of more slender, like a charming dude.
It looked like armor, like actual armor, which I guess was kind of makes sense for the plot of Batman versus Superman.
Well, eventually, not.
Yeah,
he eventually did though. But I'm saying Gal Gadot looked like Wonder Woman. Like I saw her post, I was like,
you don't think
that's Wonder Woman?
You don't think Ben Affleck is a good fit for a Batman? Do you prefer Christian
Bale?
Christian Bale?
I'll choose Christian Bale.
Yeah, I like Christian Bale.
I'll go him
as a Batman.
Yeah,
I think he did a really good job. His voice acting kind of bothered me when he was Batman, but I can kind of oversee that.
I would go him for the decade it came out, Michael Keaton, because that came out in '89, and even though his hair is kind of crazy, for 1989, it worked, and then probably Affleck, because Val Kilmer was.
Okay, so anyway, let's reel it back here to the Justice League trailer. Before we got off track, Suicide Squad has ruined trailers for me for the DC universe, so I'm not excited for this movie in the slightest. I think while it looked cool, it didn't really reveal I guess a trailer's not really supposed to reveal plot, but it's supposed to kind of hint.
It's supposed to give you enough.
Yeah.
And I felt like it
I have no idea what the fuck is going on in Justice League.
Yeah.
There was no.
Apparently, it's a villain from Wonder Woman's.
It looked like Hades.
It did look
Hades, or Ares. I'm sorry.
I thought it was just like Ares, which would be weird that he comes back 2 movies in a row because there's not a movie in between coming out. So it would be Wonder Woman.
Oh, Aquaman?
No, I'm saying between Wonder Woman and Justice League, there's no DC movie.
Right.
Between Wonder Woman and Justice League.
Right.
So it's like you just use a villain again.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that'd be kind of weird. It'd be like I don't know, Marvel. It would be like it'd be like Loki attacking the Avengers, and then he attacks someone else in the follow-up Marvel movie. Which unless he attacks Thor, it kind of doesn't.
Continuity-wise, it kind of makes sense though. If you kind of think about it, like they fought Ares in Wonder Woman, and this is the next movie in the series. Which it really kind of isn't the next movie in the series, if you think about. I don't know. There's a lot of timeline issues that I have with DC as a whole, but not excited about it.
I think it would
overall.
ruin Wonder Woman though. Even if Wonder Woman was a good movie, and Justice League is a good movie, which I don't think it will be, but hypothetically, if they're both great movies but have the same villain, doesn't that just undercut the first movie.
Yeah. It does.
Like, I don't get, like, it would just... Like, if Ultron came back and just fought Iron Man in Iron Man 4, you know, after Age of Ultron, you were just like, well, okay, what was the point of Age of Ultron then? Like, if Iron Man's just gonna beat him.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like that's kind of... Like, what's the point of being
unless
villain
it's
if
like
he's coming back right away? I feel like there needs to be some downtime and some, like...
Unless it's a gigantic villain, like Thanos, right? Like,
Yeah,
we're going to see a lot of Thanos.
Yeah,
or
but
if
he
it was
also
Dormammu, Galactus, Doctor Doom, some of these, like, huge villains.
Well, yeah, like Loki is a continuing villain.
Right, but he's not...
Winter Soldier is kind of that... I mean, that's a whole different storyline, but, like, he was kind of the villain in Winter Soldier, and then he teamed up,
but these aren't like mega powered super villains like Thanos, Galactus, Dormammu.
Yes, yeah. We'll see what happens with Dormammu because he was in Doctor Strange.
Right.
But we haven't seen Thanos fight anyone yet. We saw him in the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
But it was only
it was
after
just
credit
like,
scene.
No,
right.
I think he was in the movie.
I don't think Thanos was in the movie.
I'm pretty sure he was. In the first Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm pretty sure he was.
Doing what?
I'm pretty sure Hammer Dude and Nebula, like, went to visit him. And he was, like, kill these Guardians.
It was like a 3-second...
It was only one
thing?
scene, but I think he was, like, a character.
It could have been Thanos. I'm not sure. Because
yeah.
it was like a... Like, he was blacked out, right?
No, I'm pretty sure he was on his throne thingy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
okay.
you
Yeah.
saw him talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It was real quick though.
Yeah,
I guess,
like I said, it was that one scene. So we haven't seen him fight anyone. So like, I get that he's like the he's coming villain, but like, in Infinity War is when we'll see him. And
yeah, which is soon.
Yeah.
Real soon.
Like 10 months.
Yeah.
May 2018.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Justice League. I don't think I really have the Justice League trailer. I don't think I really have.
First of all, I feel like to have an ensemble movie before introducing other characters is a bad move too.
I agree.
Because Batman.
I think we talked about this.
I
think we've talked about this before.
On Sqwadcast?
I think so.
Oh.
We might have only alluded to it.
Yeah.
We can kind of go into a little bit of detail here, but continue.
Yeah. Batman hasn't had a solo movie yet.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Kind of.
everybody knows who Batman is.
Yeah.
But still, when you're kind of introducing a new universe and a new franchise, I would like to see...
Flash hasn't had one.
Cyborg
hasn't had one. Yeah. Aquaman hasn't had his yet.
That's 3.5 out of the 6 people. Like,
yeah. It's literally only Wonder Woman that got her own.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, well, Man of Steel was Superman's.
Yeah, but we can assume Superman's going to be in
League. Like, he's not going to not be in Justice League.
Yeah.
Okay,
so they've done 2 of them.
Yeah.
You can't really say Batman got his own thing because...
but I'm saying he's been introduced, so he's like half, you know. He was introduced and was in his own movie, but it wasn't an origin, and you kind of don't know much about Batman either, like, because he's older.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened in his, like, 20s and 30s, because he's, like, 45 in Batman vs. Superman.
Right.
So I feel like that's a huge mistake on their part. Literally the only thing would be J.K. Simmons as Lieutenant Gordon. And that's not worth going to see, even on discount day. I might just wait for it to be on HBO and watch it a year after it comes out.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
I would rather watch it for free.
I don't really want to give DC any more of my money.
I also, my coworker went to high school with the guy who plays Cyborg.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was reading an article at work one day, and he was like, oh, I know the guy in that movie. It was like a movie list, not like a Justice League. It was like movies coming out in the coming year. And he was like, oh, I know that guy. I was like, what guy? Because if you know, like, Ben Affleck, then you're like, what's going on here? He's like, no, the other guy, the robot dude. I was like, Cyborg? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I went to high school with the guy who plays Cyborg. I was like, huh.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one, since we're talking about it, Thor Ragnarok. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that trailer.
Ragnarok looks good. Hopefully it's a step up from Dark World, which I think it will be.
I actually haven't seen Dark World.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen Dark World.
No, because I heard bad things about it, and I never really wanted to dive into that. I think I have it.
It was probably the worst MCU movie.
Speaking of which, actually, I know we were talking about it a couple of episodes ago. The books to movie adaptions, or I think it was in that episode. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I actually just watched that the other day. It was really good. I really liked that. I enjoyed
it. I felt it was a little long, and I felt the twist at the end was kind of like
boring.
Yeah. It wasn't like
predictable. It's predictable.
Well, I won't say it was. I mean, maybe you thought it was predictable, but I didn't think it was predictable. But when it happened, I was like, huh? Instead of like, oh shit. I was just like,
well, I mean, like, who cares about spoilers? Obviously, people know that we're spoiling shit on this series.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts came out a year and a half ago.
It came out 2 years ago. It came out last November.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so a year ago.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so spoilers for Fantastic Beasts. Colin Farrell is actually Johnny Depp, and Johnny Depp plays Grindelwald.
Oh, that.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the kid.
Oh, no, I kind of saw that coming, honestly.
Yeah, that's...
About halfway through
I saw that coming.
I was like, and then a few people were like, oh, and like, I'm pretty sure... No, I saw it with Robbie. Yeah, me and Robbie were like, yeah, we kind of knew that.
Yeah, that was kind of...
I just reread Harry Potter, and I really want to see that plot with Dumbledore and Grindelwald, though, because that sounds like an awesome backstory that hasn't been into yet. You kind of don't find out about it until book 5, and then a lot in book 7. So, like, that early, like, how Dumbledore became Dumbledore and stuff is really cool. So, hopefully, I think that's going to be, like, a 5 movie series.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that was just a quick little tangent. Back to Thor Ragnarok. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's awesome that they're going with like this like 80s neon theme for a lot of their advertisements, like, and
nostalgia.
Yeah, it's just great. We at least know what the fuck is happening. We
know for the most part.
But
we don't know too much. We don't know how.
Which is perfect.
We don't know how Loki ended up there.
Right. We know who the main villain is. Know who the main villain is.
Well, maybe.
I'm assuming it's...
I'm pretty sure it's Kate Blanchett's character, but I'm saying there could be like a... I feel
like the very last scene in the trailer that's... I think it's...
Giant fire dude.
I think it's Smolder or something like that. I mean, I can look it up. Hold on. But continue.
It's... Yeah. Jeff Goldblum. Hulk is more in it. Mark Ruffalo is actually in it. There was a lot of speculation if Mark Ruffalo...
Sortor.
Oh, well,
fictional demon.
If Mark Ruffalo would actually be in it, he was kind of not saying if he was in it or not. Like, everybody knew Hulk was in it, but not necessarily Bruce Banner. You know, a lot of people thought maybe it was just a Hulk thing. So, like, it's curious to see Mark Ruffalo, who still doesn't have his own solo movie, but outside of the Avengers. He had that cameo at the end of Iron Man 3. And was in Ultron and First Avengers. So, that I'm looking forward to. Thor seems a little more relaxed and having fun.
But I mean, that's kind of a Marvel.
Yeah, but I'm saying Chris Hemsworth
seems
to have, broken out a little bit.
Yeah, I do like short hair Chris Hemsworth too.
I'm curious to see how that happens, though.
Yeah,
how that happens in the movie.
Yeah,
I think it has to do with the fire dude, but that's pure speculation. I think it gets burned off. Yeah.
Sator.
That's my theory. It gets
some
burned
Norse mythology beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I'm just really excited for Thor Ragnarok in general, honestly.
Like I said, as long as it's better, and I hope it is, then the Dark World. Dark World is kind of that and Hulk are like the two kids you didn't want in the MCU.
Yeah, and I never...
Like, Hulk was good, but it wasn't great. It was also only the second movie in the MCU.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It's in the MCU, and it's Edward Norton, too.
Yeah.
And then Mark Ruffalo came in for Avengers.
Yeah, the casting change is a little jarring.
Well, apparently Edward Norton is, like, really tough to work with.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
Yeah.
And when you commit to like a fan, that's why Ryan Gosling, he was people want him to play Joker. They want to cast him. Which one? Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on. Great actor, but he's very quiet and subtle in his acting. Which
the Joker is neither of.
Yeah, like even when Ryan Gosling is funny, Joker's like head and shoulders. Like I don't know. But they wanted him to commit to at least 3 movies, and he didn't want to commit. So that's why he had to back out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Marvel really hasn't done me wrong.
They haven't done a bad movie. Like I said, Dark World and Hulk are the only 2 that are like,
I think there's a lot of people that are saying like, about Homecoming too. Spider-Man Homecoming
was awesome.
I haven't seen it, so.
Michael Keaton was awesome. The timeline's a little iffy. You kind of have to sum it up a little bit. You kind of have to match things up.
I think it's hilarious that they put Donald Glover in the movie too.
Well, that's somewhat spoiler.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
All I know that is he's in it.
No, there's a reason he's in it. I'll leave it at that. It's not just, hey, let's get Donald Glover. There's a...
Well, they wanted him to be Spider-Man, right? There was a huge...
They wanted him to be Miles Morales as Spider-Man, not Peter Parker.
Right. Yeah. But they wanted him to play Spider-Man at some point.
He's kind of old now to do it.
I mean...
He voices it in the animated.
If he shaved, I'm sure he could play it.
He's still...
He doesn't... If he shaved, he would look a lot younger. Let's be real. Okay, anyway.
But like I said, there's a reason he's in Homecoming.
So, that's all I have to say about Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Looks good.
They do a great job casting everyone. We've seen half of the characters in it already, so I can't be disappointed with the acting.
That's another thing too.
So.
Like they're in Phase 3 now.
Yeah.
Marvel's. So it's kind of like, okay, we know what to expect from Loki and Thor and Hulk, and even Jeff Goldblum's character. He's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He was in the first one.
Yeah, I think he was in the first one. He wasn't.
He wasn't in the second one.
I think he was in the first one. Yeah, so you kind of already know.
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Okay, so now the other 2 trailers that we're going to talk about that also premiered at SDCC. Stranger Things 2, which comes out
I find it
sooner.
weird they're calling it Stranger Things 2, though. Like, why not Season 2?
They're probably not actually calling it Stranger Things 2. It's not going to be like a new listing or anything like that. It's just
on the title. And, I don't know.
It could just be a... Well, okay, let's pull this back. Season 1, they did the entire thing in chapters, remember? It's chapter 1 through 8.
Did they?
They did. Each episode was named Chapter 1, whatever. I'll pull it up for you, I promise.
I don't know. I haven't watched it since it came out last
If they actually do Stranger Things 2, okay.
That's the only thing that's getting me about though is I don't understand. A lot of people... Oh, by the way, don't watch the stand-ups.
Chapter 2.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I mean, House of Cards does the same thing, but they don't call it House of Cards 2. They call it House of Cards Season 2.
Do they do chapters with that? Oh, they do chapters.
Which, that's a whole other theory.
Hey, look. I mean, I think this new series, too... Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. So... Yeah. It looked great. I think.
Yeah, it looked good.
Like I was telling Tim earlier, we talked about this at dinner tonight.
In our pre-production meeting.
We were talking about how, again, they always nailed the time period perfectly. But I said that they perfectly captured the innocence of these kids in the very beginning of the trailer. And because they're still, 10-year-old kids. 8 to 12, whatever it is.
They're 8. I think they're all
10. 10. So 10-year-old kids, they just want to go to the arcade and play arcade games and stuff like that. They just want to be normal kids, and they're trying to get back to their normal routine after Will comes back. Spoilers for season 1. Sorry.
It's been over a year.
Yeah. So Yeah, dude. Like, and there was one other thing I told Tim at dinner too. The spider, that really tall spider monster thing, really reminded me of that movie Thriller, The Mist, and that monster in there, or one of the monsters in there. And while that was a good movie, I'm just kind of afraid of parallels between the two. I don't really want Stranger Things to go in that direction. The Duncan brothers, whatever the hell their names are. I couldn't remember this at dinner either, but
I think they're gonna, like I said, get a lot of 80s pop culture into it though, because they have the guy talking from Thriller. That's the voiceover for the trailer. They have the Ghostbusters. So I think they're gonna, maybe the spider is an 80s reference.
Could be.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the spider isn't that uncommon.
Right. I don't know. I'm just kind of I just don't want any of the parallels between the two movies.
You don't want like straight plagiarism.
Yeah. Well, it's not about plagiarism necessarily. It's more just about kind of the have you seen The Mist?
I've
Duffer Brothers.
Duffer
Yeah. Brothers.
I mean, I know the ending because the internet exists.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not trying to spoil anything. I was just seeing if you like actually.
I've never.
So basically, what happened is essentially the exact same kind of thing. Some kind of science plant accidentally opened up a gate to another dimension, and all the creatures came out of it. And some of these things were like giant, tall spider walking things, and I'm just afraid of parallels between the two, and it becoming Stephen King's The Mist, which I don't want to happen. But I think the Duffer Brothers will do a great job with season 2. They did a great job with season 1.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it really dark this season. They said it's really dark, gritty, scary,
it's more
much
on
scarier.
The horror side than it was.
Which I'm super, super excited for, because there hasn't been a good horror series in a very long time.
It's hard to do a horror series, unless you count Black Mirror. A couple of them.
Would you consider that horror?
I would
Some
consider,
of them are.
consider a couple there. Not the whole thing.
There's a lot of them thriller.
Yeah. I would say overall.
The game one? Play, I think it was called?
Playtest?
Playtest? Yes, Playtest.
The Bees. The Bee one. The Bees. The
Yeah.
last one. And I think that's horror.
Yeah.
Because people,
or thriller.
People are dying.
One of the, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the combination.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's
horror thriller.
Plain horror or thriller.
I mean, I think The Conjuring is a horror movie. You know, stuff like that. But that's semantics on genres. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think that, I'm trying to think of the other ones. I thought there was another one that was like kind of scary, but I don't know. I have to rewatch it. It's been a while since I rewatched it.
So we see, well, probably Hannibal was probably pretty
Hannibal was
thriller-esque.
Yeah, because it was modern Hannibal. I was catching up on it during the school year. Not while I was teaching. I had an hour to 2 hour break every day, so I watched it. During my break. I was clocked out. So I was trying to catch it. Sometimes I forget, and I was like, but yeah, it was the first season. They tried to make horror with this overall, kind of like what Dexter did. There's like an overall villain throughout the series, and then, or the season, not the series. Hannibal's kind of the villain in the series. Spoiler alert. And then the second season, it got more, I want to say, like, psychological, and that the thriller element started a lot in season 2. I only watched the first episode of season 3 though, so I don't know how. There's a lot of creepiness to it. I will say that it's not like, it's like mindfuck horror, not like horror, you know. So like kind of a spoiler alert. Dude loses his leg for medical reasons, not Hannibal just. But then Hannibal gets the leg because Hannibal's a crazy person, and then ends up feeding the leg to the guy. So, and then you don't know that. You just think it's like another person or something, and then you find out it's his leg, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, so like thriller-esque or whatever. But
it's not like straight
yeah.
horror, though. I find it hard to do a horror series, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you would have to really
it's hard to
drag it out at least 8 episodes.
Yeah.
You know.
But there are some people, like the Duffer Brothers, who are nailing it, I think, you know? It's not necessarily like the entire time you're scared shitless. It's very well-placed thrills and horror elements.
Yeah.
I think they nailed it.
Well, I saw a good review about season 1 was that there were 3 different things happening, and they didn't combine until the end. There was the mystery with the government. That... What's his name? David Harbour's character, the chief sergeant, whatever he is. I think he's
sheriff.
Sheriff. Yeah, captain. Person. I think he like the government mystery on his part. He's trying to figure out all this stuff. The horror part with the upside down, but then there's also a little bit of with the kids just trying to find their kid. Like it's a mystery with Winona Ryder. Like. And the family's end, you know, it's like, well, what did happen?
And then everything kind of combines at the end of the season. Yeah.
Which, I saw a funny thing. I think it was on crack.com. It was like 5 things that actually don't make any sense in a movie or a TV. And they said, how did they have a double of Will, like the government, so easily available? Because they didn't know Will was going to be abducted. Do they just have...
Well, they probably made it.
But they made it in like a day.
Yeah.
They stuffed a human and made it look exactly like Will in a day, and then put him into a lake and staged that entire thing. Like,
yeah.
I think along those lines too. Like they probably did it when it happened, but that article kind of made me think too. I was like, how did they do it so fast? Like,
yeah. Well, we don't know really about the timeline of when they made the fake Will or anything like that, you know.
Well, we know when it was like 1 or 2 days between Will went missing and they found his body.
Oh, it only been a couple of days.
That happened in
the whole season.
Yeah, that happened within the season. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it happened within the season, but how long is the season? Like timeline wise, like actual real time.
I don't know. I thought it kind of took place in somewhat real time.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't think there's any gaps in... I don't know. I'll probably rewatch it before season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, and we saw 11 in the trailer.
11 was in the Upside Down.
Chances are she's coming back.
To get out. Yeah.
It looks like she kind of did get out a little bit.
Her hand was
out, yeah. So
it was like the wall monster in season 1. Kind of not all the way, but almost.
Yeah. So, again, don't really have too many things to say about it because I'm just really excited for it.
Yeah.
October 27th.
Halloween.
Halloween
weekend.
Around Halloween,
I think Halloween's like a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
I think it's that weekend,
So, yeah, really excited for Stranger Things Season 2.
Stranger Things Part 2.
Now, there's actually 2 more things. There's one more trailer that we talked about, and then I remember there's another one. I don't know how much you know about it or you saw it. Ha 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 ha. Puns. Jigsaw.
Oh, I did see that trailer.
Okay, so we'll talk about that real quick, too. Like I said, real quick. The 4th thing that we really do want to talk about, though, is Westworld.
Yes.
So, little did I know, this doesn't come out until next fall, 2018.
Maybe summer, but I'm pretty sure it's fall.
Yeah, so...
It's definitely 2018.
Right.
And it's... I'm pretty sure it's halfway through 2018.
Which I knew that they were kind of late in filming.
Yeah, like I don't
for
think it's
season
like
2.
Beginning of 2018. We're just delaying it a little. I'm pretty sure it's like after.
Because
I think, well,
season 1 was kind of a crapshoot. they were seeing how well it was going to do.
Yeah.
So they had to obviously delay production for season 2.
The budget, trying to realize how much they had and what they can do with it. And
Yeah.
apparently there's also, it's not as prominent as it happened last time, but there might be another writer's strike. And that was a factor too. They were like, can we get this done before this possible strike? Because their contracts only go up so far. Apparently that's kind of not completely out of play, but like the writers seem to be on their way to solving everything. But at the time,
right,
a few months ago when they were trying to figure out everything.
So, really wouldn't call it a trailer.
It was definitely
honestly.
a teaser.
It was definitely a teaser.
Was
They
like
called
a
it a trailer, but it was like
kinda
30
don't know
seconds.
anything going on.
Yeah, I mean, they just basically showed what happened at the very end of season 1. They just kind of show the characters and where they are now.
They show those dune buggy things.
Yeah, that looked kind of cool.
Yeah, which means, what's his name? The security dude.
The head security dude?
The other Hemsworth brother.
Oh, yeah.
Stubbs? I think his name is Stubbs.
Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
It's not
Something
Stubbs
like that.
Hemsworth. Yeah, I think in the show it's Stubbs. So he was attacked in episode 9 of season 1 by the natives, whatever, which we don't know anything about either. And then they just didn't resolve him.
Yeah.
To resolve him.
Resolve his storyline.
Yeah, they didn't touch on him in the last episode. So he comes back. He's riding shotgun in
the dune buggy
I'm pretty
things.
sure it's him. It looked like him. Yeah,
It definitely was him.
Yeah, so he's back from the natives. So something happened there that he came back to help Bernard.
And another huge thing that you just talked about, Bernard is also in the dune buggies with them.
Well, yeah. That's
Do
what
they
I'm saying.
know he's an AI?
Oh yeah, that's.
Because they've been working alongside him the entire time. They might not, and Bernard didn't shoot anyone or do anything in the last couple of episodes.
He didn't do anything.
I mean, the only thing he did was kill, what's her name? The other security woman.
The other security woman.
Yeah, the short.
Oh, the
I don't remember.
because Ford told him to in the yeah. No, I don't think she was a cat. I think she was like a board member.
Oh no, I was talking about the girl who went missing in the church when they were trying to figure out the.
We don't know what happened to her.
Okay. So he killed the board member that she was having sex with.
Number one, yes.
Yeah.
Number one rule of HBO, though.
If you don't see him die.
Yep. We saw, whatever her name was, Ellie or.
Ellie.
It could be Ellie. I'm just saying the name. She was joking,
Eleanor?
but maybe.
I think it started with an E.
Yeah, I think it started with an E. She was in that underground place, and we saw Bernard choking her, but she was breathing, so it could have just been a knockout, choke out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
don't think they would end that abruptly. I think she was a major enough character to have a significant death.
Yeah. Maybe
they wouldn't just be like in a flashback show her death, because that's basically what they did.
Yeah. So
yeah, curious to see who knows what.
Yeah, really, it's really up in the air though.
Consciousness.
Everything is kind of like we said, it's a teaser. There's no real plot that's kind of put forth. Obviously, we can kind of make assumptions that they're gonna try and shut down, they're gonna stop the hosts as much as they can.
Except, I think Man in Black's gonna be like, hey.
The maze guy.
Yeah. William. Spoiler alert. That's kind of actually a major spoiler.
Bill.
Yeah. Well,
the Man in Black.
Unless you figured it out like I did, and most people. I'm sure you did too. Because, episode, I think 7, everyone was like, hey, I think William is the Man in Black, and there's 2 different timelines, and then episode 10 was this long drawn out finale. I was like, yeah, everybody knew this. Literally everyone I talked to who watched the show said they saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of those people are people who really are into, entertainment probably.
but,
You know,
but,
like I'm sure you talked to Kelvin about it. He knew.
Kelvin, Hannah.
Yeah, all these
Cameron,
people watch a lot of. I mean, like these are smart people that like watch a lot of.
Yeah, but
they
if
consume a lot of media.
I feel like if you're the creators or writers of the show, you should know that's most of your audience. You shouldn't do a half-hour reveal of a. I mean, I get that you write the entire show thinking.
There's other people that would not pick up on that.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you right now, and that's probably the majority of the people who don't pick up on it.
I think the majority of people figured that twist out by episode 7. Yeah,
that's
actually literally everyone I talked to and the Reddit, the Westworld Reddit.
Westworld Reddit.
Yeah, they're like
they all kind of knew.
Yeah, that like literally everyone who was paying attention kind of put it together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't think there's anything else to say about the Westworld trailer. I do really want Samurai World to be a thing, though.
Yes.
Please let that be a thing.
That might be
a nice little spin-off.
Because I think that's a show like Game of Thrones where everything means something. They don't put things in just to put things in.
Yeah.
Like some shows do, especially Marvel does. Like they'll be like, hey, this is like Howard the Duck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Howard the Duck's not going to be a prominent character in a movie. Like,
right.
But they were just like, hey, this is kind of funny. Like
they kind of make a lot of allusions to the comics and stuff like that. It's a lot of tips of the hat.
Yeah. But like not Stranger Things. I'm
Westworld.
saying that. Yeah, Westworld and Game of Thrones are two shows where if you see something,
it means something,
and it pops into your head,
or you hear something, it means something. Okay, yeah, that's all I have to say. And then, real quick, let's just talk about Jigsaw, the new Saw movie, Saw 14 or whatever the fuck it is.
It's like the origins of Jigsaw, or is it after Jigsaw?
This is after Jigsaw dies.
So, Saw 3?
No, this is like
Saw 4?
after all of it.
No, he dies after. I think in 3.
3 or 4. He dies in like 4.
I think it's I never saw
because 3 he like fake dies, and then 4 he like teaches an understudy his thing, and then actually dies from like getting chopped up in half. He like got sawed in half or some shit, right?
I thought the dude took a saw to his throat.
Yeah. The circular saw.
Yeah, circular saw. But then his daughter was in this thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
but
this is after Jigsaw dies. Yeah. And all that stuff, wherever that places it in the timeline of the movies, honestly.
Because like, Saw 1 was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great movie.
I think a lot of them were actually pretty good. I enjoyed.
Saw 2
was not my favorite.
When Donnie Wahlberg is your lead, it's kind of like.
I liked 3. I liked 1. I liked 3.
I kind of remember 3. That was one when you found out Amanda was working for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And then I think I liked the premise of 5, but I didn't like how it.
I don't even remember 5.
5 was when it started with 5 people that were trapped.
They were all in charge of each other's destinies or whatever.
Something like that. But it took, like one of the things was you had to cut your hand, cut your hand, and you needed like a quart pint. What's pint? I think a pint of blood to get it through. So people, I think there was only 3 people left because 2 people died horrible deaths by this point. But so the one person was like, okay, I'm just going to stick my entire hand in. And people were like, no, you might lose too much blood. But if you split the blood among 5 people, then it would have been enough and nobody would have been, like, that was the whole thing about working together. And people didn't realize that. I think the first trap was 5 people had their heads in a thing. And they had, if one person moved too forward, the other person moved too back, and it like snapped their neck or something. So they like each went, but then the last person snapped their neck because all 4
went too far.
Went too far or something. So, but you had to grab a key and unlock the thing, and you survived. But the key went to all of them. So if they just passed the key down, they all would have lived. But instead, they each got their own key, and the last person died. So I kind of like that premise, like. Oh, it's actually
I saw 5.
It's a lot simpler than you thought. Like, if you guys just work together the entire time, instead of being picked off one by one, because you can't think, like, okay,
Yeah. So yeah, this is years apparently, like a significant time frame
Oh, see,
after
I didn't know
Jigsaw
that.
dies, like years and years probably.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what? He died like 3 or 4 years ago. Is like in the trailer,
Oh.
right? You saw it, right?
I mean, I saw it at work. I watched
okay, so
with the acoustics of a pool, so you can't hear someone 3 feet away from you because echo.
Yeah. So
if you're ever in the hot tub in a hotel pool, don't try to talk to the lifeguard because he won't hear you. The hot tub is going and the acoustics of a pool.
indoor pool.
Yeah,
specifically.
indoor pool. Well, outdoor pool is even. Well, I wouldn't say it's even worse, but it's outdoor, so it sounds gonna travel. But yeah.
Yep. Anyway, so
Work rant.
it seems interesting. It looked like in the trailer there was a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
Which I'm not really.
I mean, there's dark
huge
humor,
on.
and then there's like humor in a dark movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like the second one never really works.
It can work sometimes.
Like Hannibal was really good with dark humor
but,
because he'd be like literally cutting up a guy, and
say something witty or something.
witty, or just be playing classical music, and
Yeah.
he's just cooking a dish, but
It's a person.
yeah, it's a person.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's good dark humor. But
yeah,
like
it's like when it's that is good.
I mean,
yeah,
like
but
in this, it was like
it's-
a fucking like row of spikes comes up, and he's like, "Oh, that's not good."
yeah.
eh,
Yeah.
or whatever happened in the trailer. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something along
There
those
was
lines.
another teaser at Comic-Con, got released. Psych the movie.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it, but
Psych the
I saw
movie.
you tweet about it or whatever.
Yeah, it's not even a teaser to the movie. It's a teaser of Sean and Gus getting back into psych mode. So they do like a bunch of like they can't say their catchphrases anymore, so they practice saying them. So it wasn't even a teaser of the movie. It was just a teaser of the two of them getting back into character.
Which is almost the exact same as the teaser for the movie, because that's very much what they're like.
Yeah,
right,
but
yeah.
it wasn't like the plot of the movie or anything.
Right,
it was
right,
like
right,
just
right, yeah,
them
yeah.
chilling at their house, so that I'm excited for. I mean, it's a TV movie. It's not an actual movie. I was hoping it'd be like a cinema movie, but
Like in theaters.
yeah, but it's 2 hours. USA's gonna show it, and apparently Steve Franks, the creator, who also sang the theme song, he wants to do 6 psych movies.
Wow.
He wants to spin off. Yeah. And then James Audet, who plays Sean, was like, I want to do 7. And I was like... So apparently psych is something that, like, they just don't want to die. They ended it at season 8. I think seasons, 6, 7, 8 were they got a little too dramatic. But... Teaser... Oh. But the teaser, and hopefully the movie's good. And apparently the movie had a lot of rewrites because one of the actors had a stroke. So he's a lot better, which is good. Timothy Almondson played Lassiter. But apparently I had to rewrite a significant amount of the movie because he couldn't do the filming.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So those are the...
Captain Marvel concept art, too.
Oh, yeah.
That got released.
Yeah. I think Brie Larson's going to do a really good job
Brie Larson.
as Captain Marvel.
Brie
It's going to be
Larson.
fantastic.
I love
honestly.
Brie Larson.
So, but that was just concept
Yeah, that
art.
was concept art. But
So go look at that. That was really cool.
Yeah. Takes place in the 90s before Nick Fury loses his eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be interesting. Because we don't really know how he loses his eye. We don't really know how Winter Soldier kind of alluded to it, but
I'm pretty sure... Well, in the MCU, I don't think we know. I'm pretty sure it was talked about in the comics.
Oh, comics.
At some point or another.
It's talked about.
Yeah. So,
Apparently, I found this really funny. Samuel Jackson was a fan of Marvel Comics before it got huge. And when they remade one of the comics, the creator drew Nick Fury as Samuel L. Jackson. And then Samuel L. Jackson got cast as Nick Fury. Yeah.
I saw that, actually.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny. He also voices it in... No, I don't think he does. I think it's a different guy.
I'm not sure. In the
animated Spider-Man
right
with Drake Bell. Yeah.
But yeah, those are the trailers that happened at SDCC.
Yeah. I'm sure other things happened too, but
Yeah, those are the important ones that we talked about.
The only ones
Besides Theon Greyjoy's puppy stealing the show.
Yeah. His leg was up. That was so cute.
Yeah, he was
He
really
was just
cute.
like...
So, speaking of Game of Thrones,
3 on.
it's on in 4 minutes for us.
Yeah.
So,
still got 50 minutes in on this.
yeah, and I mean, we
Sqwadcast.
only were talking about trailers this time, so
Yeah,
it's not
we
like...
didn't get into a lot of things.
Yeah, it's not like we were kind of expanding on any thoughts. It's fucking 4-minute trailers max.
Yeah, no Idris Elba at Comic-Con. So...
Yeah, no gung fu there. That
yeah,
sucks.
we'll see what happens after Dark Tower.
Yeah.
I think Luther season 4.
I'm surprised he wasn't there. For Dark Tower was a book.
But it's coming out like in 2 weeks.
Oh my god. Peaches just texted me.
Oh. Is it about Game of Thrones?
I think so. She said she just got off of work or something.
Oh.
I didn't read the full thing.
Yeah, she said...
Do you mind if... Oh.
Yeah, we can start it whenever she gets here, because if you just want to tell her. Yeah.
All right,
That
cool.
was a sidebar on Sqwadcast, because we were still recording.
Yeah, you guys didn't need to hear it, but I mean, like, it's fine.
Sidebar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you just, I feel like we're slacking on Idris Elba.
Yeah, for these past couple of weeks.
I'm pretty sure like 12 straight weeks we mentioned him, and then it was kind of wow. And
Yeah.
then we doubled up 1 week, but then lost him again.
And we doubled up another week too.
Yeah.
We doubled up twice.
Yeah.
Because I remember we forgot.
But everybody was pretty calm on the Idris meter.
Yeah.
This week and last week. It was,
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was only about a 0.1.
Yeah.
Justice League bumped it to about a 0.2.
Yeah, actually. Fucking.
I don't know what a 0.2 is on the Idris meter.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, I forget. Is that? No, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we got.
Yep. Till next Sqwadcast.
Bye.
Squad out.
Love you long time.
Oh. Mm.